Greetings all. Welcome to Aquarian Diary. I'm your host, John Irving. It is April 18th, 2024. It feels like judgment is upon us. The spectrum between darkness and light is a continuum. At one extreme are those consciously and deliberately aligned with the darkness. They choose malevolence and self-gratification as a path, denying to themselves that their actions cause harm to others. The other end of the dark side of the spectrum is characterized by acts or deeds made in ignorance. A part of us always knows we are doing this, though, and they add to our karmic burden of regrets. Neither the weight of truth or lies can be easily dispelled. Ultimately, we are all striving for perfection, and nothing less will satisfy us. The older our soul is, the more we have come and gone, the more we honor this. Maintaining our integrity in all things and in all ways becomes increasingly imperative. It is the guiding light that beckons us to our highest ambition, to reflect the divine in all of its purity, perfection, and compassion. As we walk the spiritual path, we are constantly tested, both by the forces of darkness and the forces of light. The darkness is easily identified. It is crudely self-evident. It is comically absurd, blatantly hypocritical, illogical, defies facts, reason, and evidence, employs lies, deception, manipulation, and even force or violence. It is parasitic. It takes at others' expense. It is self-aggrandizing and self-oriented. It shields itself from truth by embracing willful ignorance, thus dispelling light in a self-reinforcing feedback loop. It eats itself. The darkness is always tugging at us. It relentlessly seeks out our weaknesses and vulnerabilities. It tests our resolve. The more advanced or powerful we are, the more we are challenged. Will we compromise ourselves? The light, on the other hand, never coerces or imposes its will upon us. It allows us to choose our own path. It has no need to employ force. It never seeks to harm us or others. It always aims to uplift. We must call upon it of our own free will. Contrary to what many believe, we are not judged. We judge ourselves. Our failures, flaws, and regrets are our own undoing. We will tell ourselves that we could have done better, that we should have done better, that we can do better, and we will try again, for as long as it takes, even if it takes eternity. Perfection, to emulate the divine, is our only true ambition. There may be a handful of humans presently walking this earth that have achieved perfection consciousness. Indeed, there may be none. There are many, though, that aspire to it, and I count myself as one. There are many aspects of our current time that make our hearts heavy. Many are being tested by the darkness that surrounds us, and many sadly succumb. As devotees of truth, this can be gut-wrenching to observe. Having been on the agonizing journey of peeling back layer after layer of ignorance, illusion, and self-deception, we understand the implications. We desire perfection for all. We feel empathy for those who lose their way. We know that the further down the path of darkness one goes, the longer the journey home becomes. At every turn these days, darkness is increasingly self-evident. People we expect better from defend and endorse acts of sheer depravity. If not overtly, they do so tacitly. What was largely suppressed or unspoken now confronts us more and more viscerally. It can't be ignored. We feel it intensely. When we encounter or observe it, it feels like a gut punch. Belligerent ignorance is celebrated. Callousness is weaponized. Lust, greed, and superficiality are worshipped. Unbridled narcissism is a virtue. Injustice and oppression are cravenly rationalized and justified. Brazen and shameless lying has been normalized and is deployed on an industrial scale. Malevolent deception is commonplace. Our most vulnerable are under attack. We are constantly persuaded to deny or ignore what we see with our very own eyes. People who express compassion are being persecuted. People who value truth and integrity are being prosecuted. People are afraid to question obvious injustices. Darkness and ignorance seems to be sweeping our world. Truth is inverted. Black is white and up is down. Yet the golden rule remains paramount. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. One can't help but think that judgment must be upon us, that this is a collective test, that these polarizing times are cleaving us apart. Two separate realities, two paths. Hold on to your humanity, your decency, your self-respect, your higher values. Do not cave to the temptation or dismiss the voice of your heart, your truth. Do not be overcome by grief, by the choices others make, the sides being taken, the lines being drawn. This is the root of much of the grief we are currently experiencing. We have been on a long, almost timeless journey together, but now our paths must diverge. As we part ways, as we bid farewell, some sadness will be felt. As one journey completes, another commences. We will explore vistas we have never yet seen before or even imagined. It's there, just over the crest, which we cannot surmount with the burden of darkness that others cling to. Our destiny softly calls, that voice within us that won't go away. Being light and nimble is a prerequisite for this passage. To cross this threshold, this summit, we must lay down burdens that are not ours, even if we have carried them for lifetimes. The time has come, we know this in our hearts. Many will choose to stay where they are, as they are. It is their prerogative, their free will. We must let them go their way while we go ours. When we release ourselves from the grip of regret and sadness at this departure, our journey will quicken. Do this consciously. Make it a part of your spiritual practice. Lay down your burdens. They impede the ascent you have long desired. Do not judge yourself for this. Cry if you must. Just let it go. We will all make our way in our own time, and only when we are ready. This is as it should be. All will be one in the end. For more detail, check the episode description for other episodes or articles that are related or that I mentioned. And if you're interested in a reading with me, I'll put a link to that as well. I have a 15% off special on currently. Many sincere thanks to everyone who supports me, especially my YouTube members. Thank you very much. Take care, all the best, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.